Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jillian and I make videos on minimal and intentional living. I have been working on decluttering my belongings over the last few weeks, and I so far have been staying in my closet because that is the area that I struggle the most with decluttering and the area that I have the most emotional attachment to my things. In a few videos ago, I decluttered my handbags, and then in the last video, I decluttered my shoes. And in this video, I am tackling my clothing pile. These are items that I have been collecting over the last month or so, just pulling them out as I discover that I don't really like them that much. And I also have a pile of clothing here that I have been holding back for my daughter, either because I thought they were items that she might like when she's older, or she has requested that I hold something back for her. So I'm just gonna do this part first, and then after that, I thought what I could do kind of as a phase 2 is go through all of the items in my spring capsule wardrobe and go through them category by category. And then for like the third phase, I am going to show you how I am inventorying them in a Google sheet and keeping track of my wares. So first off, I'm going to start with the pile of clothing that I had held back for my daughter. And in it, there were 2 jumpsuits. In 2019 time frame, I went through this big jumpsuit phase. And as you'll see in this declutter, I'm like getting rid of all of them. I really like them, but I'm over them and I don't want to keep them. So these are 2 that I had held back for her. And then I had a pair of vintage Levi jeans that I held back for her. I ended up getting them taken in the waist because they were too big, and they almost got taken in a little bit too much to the point where they weren't comfortable anymore. So I am going to get rid of these. I have a pair of velvet pants that the kids loved when I used to wear these in 2018. And so she had asked me to keep these back, and she never wore them, and nor will she ever wear them. This dress is a Tradelange dress, and I don't think I held this back for her, but I can't remember. But it was in the box downstairs, and this one is going to go as well. I have a pair of silk shorts that she didn't ask me to hold back, but I thought she might like them someday, and she says she won't. I have a plaid shirt. I really like the style of this shirt. However, I don't really love the colors. And then I have this vintage floral dress. I wore this dress a lot actually, and then she asked me to hold it back when I had decided to get rid of it, and now she's okay with me letting it go. For most of the items in this pile, this just came out of my wardrobe, and also it's some of the items that I took down out of storage when I did my spring wardrobe reset. A lot of these are just items that I bought on impulse back between my no-buy year and my low-buy year, and I just don't see me reaching for these. So I'm happy to let them go. These are 2 more jumpsuits. This silk one is one that I did wear a lot, and I've had it since 2018. I have gotten a lot of use out of it. However, I'm just not into it anymore, and I don't feel like I will ever be into it again. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And then this is a wool one that I bought around that time frame. It's not really that practical, and I have not worn it as much as I think I was going to. So I'm gonna send this one actually downstairs in storage with some other winter items so I can bring it to consignment in the fall. These are a pair of pants that I made, and I have been on the fence about these for a while, and I have decided to let them go. This is a pair of navy dress pants that I just recently had tailored. I had them hemmed to bring the length up, and I don't know, I just don't really enjoy the fit of them as much as I thought I did. So I'm gonna get rid of these. This is actually the first dress that I ever made. And this is one of those items where I felt emotionally attached to it because it was the first dress that I ever made. But realistically, I'm never gonna wear it. It's not really my style. I don't like 3/4 length sleeves. I don't like the color. I don't want to dye it. And I'm just ready to let it go. I have the photos. I have the memories of making it. And I don't need the physical item. This is a vintage sweater that I bought a few years ago. I just don't wear this, even though I love the idea of it. I don't actually love the color of it on me either, so I'm going to get rid of this. This was an impulse purchase, and I bought it because I really love my blue and white striped shirt that I thrifted a few years ago. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh, that could be a cute similar item, like just to give me a little more versatility in my shirt collection. But I'm going to reach for my other shirt basically 9 times out of 10, and maybe this one once. And so I don't really want to hold on to items that I'm rarely going to wear just because they're a little bit different than an item I already love. This is a black tiered dress that I think I bought it in 2019. It was one of the things that I practiced sewing on. So I hemmed this dress before I ever made any item. And I have worn it a lot and I have loved it. I don't love that the sleeves are so tight, and I'm not loving the way the neckline is anymore, so I'm ready to let this one go. This is a rug cardigan. I call it a rug cardigan. I love the colors, but realistically, I don't wear it. I think I wore it once over the winter, and basically it's because it's really thick and it's polyester, so it's really warm, and I just don't see me reaching for it more than, say, this cardigan, which I love. Also, it doesn't have closures, and that kind of bothers me. So one thing that I'm making a note of is to not buy any more cardigans that don't have closures. This is an Ep3 skirt, and I don't know if I enjoy it anymore. The waistband bothers me because it folds over a lot, and I just don't feel like I want this in my wardrobe anymore. I had impulse purchased this jacket back in the winter. I had wanted something floral for a while, and it's not actually really me. I am not a big print person. I have come to realize that I like solid colors or very small prints, like a stripe or a checker, maybe a small floral, but this is not for me. And then I have this orange jacket. I actually featured this in a previous declutter, and I ended up pulling it back out because while I was editing that video, I realized that I really like how the color looks on me, but I don't really like the texture of this jacket. It's got a rose pattern throughout, and I just don't enjoy that. And then I have this blue vest that I bought, and I just don't enjoy it. It doesn't fit me the way that I envisioned it fitting me when I wear it with certain things. So this one can go. This is just a silk tank top that I bought. Actually, I bought this one thinking that I might resell it, but then I realized that I don't like reselling stuff. So that one can go too. And same with this dress here. I bought this. It's a really beautiful dress. It's just too big for me. So I thought that maybe I would resell it, but I don't want to resell stuff. And then I thought maybe I could make it work by hemming it and just having it be looser in the body, but I don't really want to do that. So that one can go too. And then finally, I have this navy blue tank top that I thought would be really great, but I don't really like low scoop neck tank tops. I did decide to get rid of this navy belt. I impulse bought this as well. The theme of this whole declutter is impulse purchases, but I'm going to get rid of this. And then I impulse purchased this apron that I was going to wear as an accessory. Like, I thought it would be cute, over a sweater. I feel like if I lived in a big city, maybe I would do that, but this just feels impractical. I would rather wrap a sweater around my shoulders than this. And then I just have a pair of bra, and then I have an old handkerchief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So those are 28 of my own items that are going. And then I have 4 items from my son. And then I also went through the bracelets that I got when I went to the Eras Tour concert. I'm getting rid of 6 of those. And so that is what I am decluttering in terms of clothing. Let's move on to phase 2. I'm actually going to declutter this chore coat. I've had it for a lot of years, but looking at it here, the color is extremely similar to my green suede jacket, and I wear this so much more than I ever wear this. And when I do wear this, it's almost because I feel guilty that I haven't been wearing it. For jeans, I have 5 pairs. For knitwear, I have this green cardigan, and then I have this gray cashmere cardigan. I have my gray cashmere sweater, black cashmere sweater. I have this green cotton one, and then I have this grayish green vintage cotton one. I also have a top here that I keep in this drawer because it's pretty heavy and I don't want to stretch out the shoulders. So that is an extra item for the top category. I am including these white slingbacks, and then I am going to include my brown harness boots and my black moto boots. And down here I have brown fisherman sandals, I have black Teva sandals, and those are my slippers in the back. Then I have my Birkenstock clogs and my loafers, and I would normally have 2 pairs of Adidas right here, but one I was wearing earlier and they're downstairs, and the other is I think with my daughter. That is it for all of the items in my spring capsule wardrobe. It was still quite a few items, and I definitely want to work on reducing the number of dresses that I have. I am going to put everything back in my closet, but I'm not going to show you that. You've seen it 1,000 times before. And then we are going to put all of my items that I just showed you in an inventory. To start, I made a copy of my Q1 wardrobe sheet and labeled it for Q2. My inventory is organized by item, brand, category, color, material, number of times worn, how the item was acquired, and any notes on the item. I sorted the sheet by category to make it easier to input items. Then I went through each category and removed items that I had either decluttered or that were in winter storage. Following that, I added items that I had taken from warm weather storage to each of the categories until they were all inputted. Finally, I organized items within each category by grouping like items, and I had to add an item that I forgot here. Lastly, I added any notes for some of the items, mostly the items I am on the fence about. Most of the items in my wardrobe are blue, black, gray, or white, and there are some accent colors of cream, green, brown, purple, and red. Unshockingly, after we watched that wardrobe inventory, the category with the most items are my tops. And finally, I am happy to see that the majority of my wardrobe still remains sourced from the secondhand market. I hope that you enjoyed that video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a like. Let me know in the comments if you have a wardrobe inventory, and if so, how do you track your items? Do you use an app, or do you have something like a spreadsheet similar to mine? I hope that you all have a really great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.